Hey, we're back. We're live. I was chatting with someone the other day. We finally got together for after a period of time to kind of just coffee talk, like chat about where we're at and get caught up. It was really nice. Um, but something stuck with me from that conversation, and it's not to call that person out. It absolutely is not. It's really about the things we get stuck on a lot of times. So I wanted to chat about that today as someone who has come on here multiple times and talked about baby steps, one thing at a time. And it's an interesting chat because so-and-so was like impassioned and for 20 minutes went on about the dream that business, the dream thing that they wanted to do. And they have a jobby job, right? But they were this lit up about a thing. And it just reminded me, well, it reminded me of a Derek Shivers quote, which I'll share with you in a minute. But we always, it's like almost like it's human nature where, I asked so-and-so, I asked this person, like, what's stopping you from starting? Like, what's one action you could take today that would make you feel like you were tracking towards this amazing thing, this amazing outcome, this reality? And total deflation. It was like all the air was just sucked out, and excuse after excuse and reason after reason. And I get that reasons feel valid, but they're not really what was going on. And of course I didn't continue the line of questioning. I didn't press because nobody needs to feel worse than they already feel in that moment. It's okay. We'll have that conversation another day. But the passion that was sucked out reminded me of why people get stuck. And my guess is because I get stuck on things sometimes. You probably get stuck on things sometimes too. And it's easy to have a big dream, a big hairy goal, right? This big honking vision. But they're paralyzing sometimes because the delta is so huge. And I think it's cultural where we're like, oh, you have to have these big dreams. You have to have these big goals. And to be honest, it's kind of a lie. I've said it before, like smart goals are stupid. Have a big, hairy, fat, hairy thing. I keep saying that you want to achieve. I do. I know what I'm going for in this business. I'm more of a directional forces person. I don't set specific goals for like revenue or sales or number of customers. But I do know what I'm trying to build. And I do know roughly where it needs to land from a scale and value standpoint. Like not specific numbers, but I have an idea of what I'm trying to go. Because I know that the market is going to change rapidly here and other things change so that goal is always a bit of a moving target. So, excuse me, I know that's the adaptable part of the smart thing, but listen, goals can be a prison. A big vision itself is a prison. If we're shooting for perfection, if we're creating this big vision that is so large that it's difficult to build a plan for, then we're kind of allowing ourselves, and this is what I feel like all the time. Like when I have a big honking vision, a big dream, a thing that I'd love to do that one day. It's too big to plan for. It's way too big to plan for. So what I try to do is just show up every day, serve the people I'm passionate about serving, the people I love to serve, do that work, do it well, and inch things in the direction of the goal, of the vision, of the path that I'm on, my directional forces, inch things away in that way so that I can feel like the things that I accomplished today, the fire drills that popped up, the tasks, the systems that were updated, thinking about processes, all of those little pieces, because only so much gets done in a day in the big scheme of things. those things all inch forward toward that larger vision. So that's why I say I don't love SMART goals. The goal here is to not set a goal. I want to rephrase that. The goal is not to have a plan. My goal is to show up every day, do the work, like I said, serve the people, and do the inches instead of trying to gain yards. A bad football analogy. So that's kind of what I wanted to rap about today, because I felt like if someone was to ask me, if I was to say, oh, I'd really like the business to shift in this way or go in this direction or that direction, and they would ask me, what's one thing you could do to make that a reality or to start heading in that direction, I would know that instantly. I would have that answer instantly. And that's only because I've done it before and I have the confidence, I have the receipts, right? I didn't always have that. I dreamt about starting Resonant Pixel Company, my own show, a decade before I started it. I was the jobby job guy who did great work and then listened to podcasts about startups, about entrepreneurship, about going out on your own, about affiliate marketing, and about creative entrepreneurship and being a creatrepreneur. I love that. Shout out to my bud. And I think that I sat on it with a big dream and didn't take that action for a long time, and it kind of ate me up inside. And then I got to a position where I kind of had to do this thing, and then I realized a year in, like, I really, not only should I have started it a long time ago, I could have started it a long time ago. And now that that first action is in my rearview mirror, and I've taken 1,000 actions since then, it's easy for me to sit on my high horse and say, oh, so-and-so should just take action. So I'm being cautious not to be that, and for this to not be that. But at the same time, the one action, what I realize in hindsight, is way easier to take than I thought it would be. It's a simple thing. Go file for the LLC. Even if you pay out of the nose in one of those .coms, like, fine, just get it done and say, okay, I have this. Then take the next action. That doesn't have to be the first action. It could be creating a piece of content, write an article about it, blog about it, make a video. You could do anything. Now I know how easy that one action is to do, because in the big scheme of things, one action is nothing. It's so small, it's immeasurable. And the business I started, the business I run today, is not even close to the business that I started. That movement means that the big hairy goal I had back then, the big dream, the big vision, isn't even real anymore. It's not my purview. It's not even, I don't even think about that. That was like the old thing. Now I have a new thing, and I'm working towards the new thing. So the dream, the goal, the vision, it's actually a moving target. So I just take one action. Man, I sat down this morning, and to be honest with you, I really wasn't feeling it this morning. I was not. I told my wife, kind of on my C game today. And I'm not sure why. I think I'm just tired. And I'm human. It happens. So what did I do? I sat here. I banged out a couple goals, a couple of emails, banged out a couple of tasks that needed to be accomplished, set my team up with some feedback, and entered into some communication that needed to happen. And then now I'm recording this show, and you know what? I'm fine. It just needed to build momentum, and now I'm a freight train. So it happens. It happens to all of us. But I hope that I have another crack at this conversation with my friends soon, and I'm able to help them work through that first action. Because once you take the first action, you're standing in it, right? You're just standing in it. Once you put your foot in a hole, that foot's in a hole. Your legs are no longer on the equal. I'm trying to build an analogy here, and I'm really struggling. So I don't know what I'm going to call this one. I have some ideas, some sort of stop planning, start moving. I don't know. There's so much of that crap. And honestly, there's so much of this on YouTube. I'm not even sure this is distinct. But I wanted to share my thoughts on it because, and I've done this one a couple of times in different ways because I guess I'm kind of passionate about it. Maybe it's because I sat on it for so long, right? For like a decade. I should have started this business a long time ago. And now that I'm running it, I feel very different about how and why I should have gotten going and when I should have got going. And hindsight is just beautiful. But yeah, I don't know. That's what I wanted to share today. I hope this was inspiring. I hope it helps you see maybe something in yourself that you can take and do. And hopefully maybe you take an action. And I think that would be just amazing. If you do, leave a comment. Please like and subscribe. It's incredibly helpful to the channel and to me. We've gained a couple subscribers this week, which is amazing. So thanks to all y'all newbies. And I'm going to keep bringing the heat here 3 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. Please join me. Get the notification. If you hit I think it's a bell thing down there. If you hit it, you'll get a notification that I'm about to go live. I wish it was a little more out front, like an hour in advance or 10 minutes in advance. I don't know. It's like in the moment. It even emails me like, you're going live right now. Like, no duh. Yeah, I don't think YouTube's into that kind of notification system yet, but maybe one day. So listen, have a great weekend. I hope you get some work done. You chill, maybe take a break, go on vacation, recharge your batteries. It's what I plan to do this weekend. And spend some quality time with the family, whatever it is. I hope you make the most of it and get the most out of it. And I will see you back here Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. I super appreciate you